Welcome back to DXB Today, where we are, well, we're looking into all things recycling, all things sustainability, and asking a few questions of you, our dedicated viewers. Just how responsible are you when it comes to recycling? Our next guest is a leader in this field, helping to lead environmental solutions across the region for a greener future, having delivered projects in the waste management industry across a number of sectors. Please welcome Grainger from Dulsco Environmental to the show. John, great to have you with us.
Thanks for having me.
Nice to have you on board. Thanks for listening in intently to all the other guests and what they were having to say. I suppose the place to kick this one off is mistakes. We've made a few. I think there's a lyric there somewhere along the way, but what is the biggest mistake when it comes to recycling at the moment?
I think I wouldn't say mistakes, but there are certainly lessons learned, certain challenges. It was interesting with the guys that not one solution fits all. And in my experience and knowledge, recycling, probably the best solutions are the simplest solutions. And you can see how complicated and how problematic it can be trying to recycle, do the right thing. There is a lot of myths and misunderstanding of recycling and sustainability. One of the biggest things in particularly this region is because collections are done in similar vehicles and people mix recyclables with waste collections, they think it all goes to the same destination.
It's the old what's the point answer, isn't it?
Yes, and that's not true. There are a lot of recycling facilities. There are a lot of people doing the right thing. There are small companies trying to do more recycling and positive messages, but a lot is education, a lot is misconception, and I think we're on a journey where we still need to keep going and educate a lot of people in terms of doing the right thing.
Yeah.
So I used to work for a skip company back in the UK, and I see your skips around and stuff like that, and it's just, you seem like you're a leader in the region when it comes to recycling. What would you say is the biggest challenge?
Well, thank you for that. I would suggest we are the biggest leader and leading the forefront of recycling. The biggest challenge is contamination. Once a recycling load is contaminated and mixed with food, etc., as the guys were pointing out earlier, it takes a lot then to extract value. Recycling is a commodity, and like most commodities, if you don't produce a quality product, it has an impact on its value. You were mentioned earlier again, another misconception for recycling is it pays for itself. It doesn't pay for itself. It is a very costly process. There is an army of people collecting. There's a lot of infrastructure, a lot of capital outlay for larger companies, and that has to have value as well. So those are the challenges I think we face on a daily basis.
Can we get a bit of an overview though, because you guys do waste management and recycling is an element of that. How much of your work consists of recycling?
For my business?
For Dulsco.
Yeah. Well, it's probably about a third. Dulsco is a local company, a very large company. We employ over 20,000 people. We have people operating in the recruitment industry, the oil and gas sectors, white collar workers, as we would suggest, office workers, and then I head up the environmental section. So we're very active in and around education about all of our aspects of business. And when we talk about circular solutions, we not only just offer the collection and recycling, but we also have educational ambassadors. We do a lot of work with schools, universities, industries in terms of the challenges in waste reduction, repurposing waste before it gets to us for recycling, etc. So there's a lot of activity and a lot of messages go out there in terms of
gentlemen,
I was going to ask, because you touched points on different industries. I was going to ask about collaboration, right? So what happens is, because Dulsco is such a big waste management company, you can't manage all of it. The problem of waste is massive, right? How important and what do you do, or what can we do to improve collaboration between young startups that come up, for example, us, that work with
Subtle, really good.
Yeah, just a subtle.
Asking for a friend again.
Yeah, I've got a friend who runs a small startup like this. But it's important because collaboration is the way forward. And Dulsco being the leader, I would love to know more about what your thoughts are on this.
I think it's a great question. I think this region that we live in really promotes innovation and it certainly promotes young companies and startup companies. The waste management space is massive. The potential is massive, not only in Dubai but the GCC. Dulsco work with local partners, multinational partners, everybody we treat as a partner. So it's great to see new innovation coming to market, new ideas. We don't have all the answers, but we certainly will help and support any companies that want a partnership and have collaboration in terms of doing the right thing.
Dan?
You mentioned like education, and you do a lot of work with schools, and we do quite a bit as well. And when we go into schools, we always find out that the kids are pretty clued on. They know what they're talking about. Unfortunately, it's our generations that are struggling a bit more. So it's like, what does Dulsco offer more of their clients and their customers? Like, do you offer any education for those guys?
I don't know if you've seen it, but we have repurposed an old labour bus. We've redesigned it and branded it with our recycling logos on, and it can often be seen in and around Dubai. And we support it in terms of taking it to maybe communities that are not familiar with recycling or perhaps don't have the services. So we try to educate people in doing, helping support local communities in bringing things to us that cannot be recycled. So we do a lot of activity in and around the area. So education is massive. As I said at the beginning, it's a journey we're on. I've never seen anybody, and I've been in this industry a long time, who's reached the end of the journey.
30 seconds remaining. Last piece of advice. If there is a solution, I know we're searching for that solution at the moment, what is your advice to the viewers out there in terms of what they can do to help this process?
I think you touched on it earlier. I think putting good quality source segregated material, clean material, contamination is the biggest impact to recycling. It's the biggest demotivator of recycling. So I think I would do that. That is one thing. And if you are in any doubts of putting material in a recycling bin, don't put it in. Better to put it in the general waste bin, because Dulsco can also do material with residual waste. It all doesn't have to go to landfill. We recover value. We are producing alternative fuels. So it's not just about recycling, and it's not just about reuse. It's about what the guys were saying earlier. It's about the whole circular economy. So my advice was, if you don't think it can be recycled, don't put it in.
That's great advice, because I always put it in just in case. So I'm that person.
Just
So it's you to blame.
It's me to blame. I'm contaminating everything. John, thank you so much. You've been so informative, both, I'll say, on camera and off, because we've been stalking him off camera as well. And we hope to have you back on the show very soon.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
Stay right there, because we're going to do a quick quiz with these gentlemen over here. Lane,
Yes.
we're going to do the DXB 60. And since we've got two guest co-hosts today, we're going to alternate answers.
Yes, we
So
are.
I'm answering questions.
Yes, I'm going to ask you questions. We're going to, in 60 seconds.
Yeah, we weren't told about this.
I know. Well, that's the whole point, But as you've seen, the show goes quite quick,
Okay,
right?
go
So
on.
we want to know a little bit more about you personally. So one-word answers, if you can.
Okay.
Right? So I'm going to ask some questions, and then we're going to answer. 60 seconds on the clock. Starts 1, 2, 3. I know you can't see it, but go. If you weren't in sustainability industry, what would you be doing?
Marketing.
Energy auditing.
Your first job?
A cinema cleaner.
Nice.
Cinema screen cleaner.
Cool.
Oh, Jitex, I think. Right out of school.
Jitex.
Yeah, Jitex. Yeah, sales is selling laptops.
Oh, cool. Wow.
Yeah.
Nice. Your motto in life and work?
It'll be worth it.
Smile more. Smile more.
I like that. A superpower that you wish you had?
Speak all languages.
Teleportation.
The most unlikely thing you've recycled?
Personally or professionally?
Both.
A bike that we found in the skip. That was a good one. For professional.
Unlikely. It's one of the weight pens.
All right, cool.
Yeah.
Last question. Why Dubai?
Because this is the new land of opportunity, right? You want to make something, this is where you come.
You do.
Yeah.
If you can make sustainability happen in the UAE, I think that's a true evidence of your passion and your knowledge, I think.
I like your mission, sir.
Yeah.
Both of you. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks
for having
indeed
us.
to Daniel and Jess. Thanks, guys, for co-hosting today. Thanks for all your input on what is a very important topic. And John, bless you. Thanks for coming in. And
Thank you very much.
thanks for all of your input. Listen, you're with DXB Today. Don't go anywhere. We ain't finished just yet because Daniel the Man Aranda is up in next, closing out with a live performance.